Coaches have been reassigned, but the community is saying they should be fired. Put up their pictures full mass. Got to tell you about these fellows, all right? Bellaire, Texas. Community leaders are demanding 2 high school baseball coaches be fired amid allegations of racism. So who are you looking at? The coach, Nick Ozuna, and an assistant coach, Robert Manuel, were reassigned, not fired, but reassigned as the investigation began into whether Bellaire players made monkey sounds at a black member of an opposing team during a March 25th game. According to a previous report from the Chronicle, players also danced. They used racial slurs when a black pitcher from Westbury High School took the mound. The same Bellaire baseball coach was previously investigated for making a black player cut off his afro in order for that player to be on the team. Okay, let's put up a picture of Erica Rome. Erica Rome is mother of the student in question. Alleged Ozuna would not let her son join the baseball team unless he cut his afro. Ms. Rome alleged the coach made the remark in front of other students. "Chop your hair, chop," Rome alleged the coach told her 15-year-old son. Ms. Rome said she has since unenrolled her son from Bellaire. She and the local NAACP are calling for the coaches to be fired, all right? They have not been fired. Now, once again, what are we saying to all of the students involved when you can have 2 individuals with a background, an actual background of racist allegation, and nothing happens to them? They get reassigned, not punished, not penalized, not suspended, not fired, but reassigned. What are we saying to the students? Here's what we're saying to the students. We're saying to the white students that bigotry is okay. We're saying to the black students that it is okay for people to be bigoted against you. That is the lesson we are teaching these young teenagers in the context of that particular sporting event, that recreational activity that is developed for young people to bring individuals closer together, to break down the barriers of racism, bigotry, and systemic oppression. It is supposed to be a place of commonality, of coalition building, and not a place where racism continues to divide. But this racism is coming from those in charge. It has a different hit to it, okay? Let's put up the person in charge, the principal, right? There he is. That is the principal of Bellaire High. His name is Michael McDonough. What is Michael doing? Not a damn thing. You know what, I'm sure Michael will say things like, he's a Christian man and he goes to church and he attends Bible study. If a person is not defined by the values that they subscribe to, they are not defined at all. All right, sister, what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, like you said before, the harm was done to the black students, players, and their families. And the fact that some members of the community are ignoring that because these racist men have been reassigned or are getting consequences for their actions, like, give me a freaking break. The culture of racism thrives in communities when there is no community accountability for racist actions. The coaches should have been fired immediately and made to publicly apologize. The white students should have been suspended and made to apologize as well. And there should be trainings and lessons on how to conduct yourself on the field and how to not be racist. That's accountability. That's what it looks like. And the fact that the parents, teachers, and administrators aren't pressing for those things just shows me where their allegiances lie. It's not with the black students who are negatively impacted and have probably gone through some emotional harm because of those actions, or their families who are trying to protect their own children in a community and public schooling. And so, yeah, like it's frustrating to see that, but I'm not surprised. Again, like, this country has so much work to do when it comes to addressing racism and making sure that black students are protected.
Very well said. And I always teach and believe wholeheartedly that racism is a taught dynamic. It is a man-made construct, which means racism exists on a spectrum. It exists on a spectrum. These individuals, these kids are so young that there's time to correct the spectrum of whatever racism they may hold inside of their heart. Now, for some of these cats, the hyper-aggressive racists, it may be no help for them, okay? But you can help these young people by implementing an actual strategy against systemic racism and bias. But when you protect it, you are simply increasing that spectrum of racism for them. And for some, they want to do that. There are some adults that want their children to be racist.